All right. Finally, on a late Saturday night. Well, I have, ladies and gentlemen, a great, against some background check people. And I took some notes because I wanted to have my stuff written in a comprehensive manner where it wouldn't be all over the place. Okay. I'm in the children's bedroom now. You know, and the topic is how long does it take for a debt to society to be satisfied by said society? Let me start off by saying I'm an insurance agent and that it is of a non-restrictive status. I say this because for the first 7 years of being an agent, I was on restrictive status. My license began 9/30/2015. I had to go to court on my 7 misdemeanors and 1 felony conviction, paid $25 a sheet for each conviction for a total of $1,000 for something that should have only cost me $100. Uh, Crime does not pay, which only would have been $100 had I now a criminal record. Mind you, I passed the test 6 months earlier. That was like I joined in March. I think around about 5 months earlier. I joined in March. I took the test in April. I passed, got an 84, and I have no improper charges filed against me in any manner, any way during my tenure as an agent these past almost 11 years, coming up this September. And the conviction and the convictions I had prior to my becoming an insurance agent were not in any way associated with check fraud, credit card fraud, embezzlement, anti-money laundering, or any financial criminal activity. The 1 felony conviction was in April 1985, soon to be 41 years ago. That's 4 decades in a year. And I've been trying to be contracted with a company since December of last year, 2025. Uh, it's the 19th day of March. Well, actually, now while I'm doing this, it's the 21st day of March. And I'm still not contracted with the company. I'm trying not to look at the background check division of the company with a jaundiced eye. The state and the company already know what they inquire of you to tell them, ostensibly to see if you will either lie to them or try to get around not totally being forthright. Okay? I can look at this as a corporate company doing an end around the justice system. I've not been stopped by any police in nearly 35 years. I do not remember that even in 1991, the police could run a nationwide background check and they could return from the squad car in 15 minutes and either let you know whether you can go or whether you was going to be arrested. On the charges that return. So I'm saying that the company in question dumping a ton of chewed up grass with their holding up the judgment of a yes or no, welcome aboard, or no thanks, we don't see you as a fit for our company at this time. I'd like to know how many thousands of others in all types of industries are experiencing the same issue. I say this because about 20 years ago, I applied to work with an automobile company who had a team which were going from coast to coast showcasing a new model. Uh, and they denied me employment due to the same reason of my having had a felony conviction, even though I've never been to prison. I would have been convicted of a felony. Not proud to say. Um, the saving grace was that, they told me on the spot. They ain't not got me biting my fingernails, wondering, is this going to be the day that they're going to say, hey, come on aboard? No, guy, we don't we don't want your services. Not a long drawn out affair as it was with my license and is being contracted with this company. For those of you who have feelings about this benign treatment and any suggestions of how we can dissolve this treatment of people who have paid their debt to society, such as myself, and I know as many of you have and are kept in an economic prison straitjacket, despite our proving we have what it takes mentally, emotionally, and physically to do the job. And for those who are physically handicapped, if you have an ability to do the job you seek, the same applies for you also. To make a more well-rounded version to the phrase, one day we will all be free. Now, hey, I hope somebody's out there, man. Some of you, whoever's out there, would like this, share this, and subscribe to the channel. I'm a new guy, as you can see. I'm not polished yet. I have a hard time trying to even just get on this live. My camera be messing up, my encoder. I'm not mechanically inclined, so it's tough for a not so young guy. But hey, I'm gonna make it. Because if you've seen a couple of my other videos, my lives, I'm about being positive. They say, well, if I can believe it, if I can conceive it and believe it, I can achieve it. And what I recognize, I energize, and what I energize. So what I recognize, I energize, and what I energize, I realize. That's a quote by Reverend Ike. I couldn't think of his name for save my life on one of my other videos, but I did say I was going to come back and say who that was, and that's who that is. I know we talking about this being the last days, and it might be and it might not be. They've been saying this for, I think the Jehovah's Witnesses was talking about it since 1914. This is 2026. It don't mean that, hey, it could go another 100 years, or it can just go another 100 days. Who knows? That's not what I'm concerned about. What I'm concerned about is right here and right now. Right here and right now, I'm alive and well and living in Los Angeles. Like Jacques Burrell is alive and well and living in Paris. Andrew Brown is alive and well and living in Los Angeles. And I'm trying to do the best I can with what I have, with what the days I have. Like I said, I'm a 77-year-old young codger. Maybe, like aging. Hopefully I'm aging gracefully. I'm not as smooth as I was a few years back, but hey, there it is. We lose a few steps. I like to say, happily, our track star. He might have ran a 9.6 when he was 19, but he get to be 77. If you can do a 12, if you can do a 15-second flat, you're doing good. Hey, I'm just trying to get something off. I'm gonna look at this and see how it come out. Hope somebody sees it, like it or don't like it. Let a guy know something. Say, hey man, that shit was trash. He's a hey, I see you. I hope that you get it in gear. And I hope in the next 100 days and 900 days, it'd be a whole lot more better. So I hope all is well for you guys. May may all be well with you. Ciao.